Good evening and welcome, friends and honored guests. I'm Baronberg. I've had an opportunity to meet some of you. Chair of the Board of Access DC, AJC's new generation program. It's my pleasure to welcome you here this evening. We're delighted with the wonderful turnout. Before we begin, we'd like to acknowledge a number of special guests tonight. In addition to the Access DC board members who are present, we're delighted to also have a number of our AJC Washington board members with us here this evening, including the President, Andy Marks. We're particularly pleased to welcome AJC's National President, Bob Ellman. Welcome. Who, in addition to representing AJC around the world, has made access one of his domestic priorities for AJC. Thank you to both of you for your ongoing support and welcome. We'd like to especially acknowledge more than 100 diplomats here this evening representing 57 countries. It's a pleasure to see so many familiar faces among you. We are, of course, honored by the participation of our very distinguished panelists and moderator, about whom you'll hear more in a few minutes. Thank you all for joining us tonight to mark AJC's 10th annual Young Diplomats event. We hope you'll stay after the program to mingle and to celebrate this 10th anniversary with champagne and cake. In a few moments, you'll hear from Jason Isaacson, Director of AJC's Office of Government and International Affairs. Jason will provide us with a brief overview of AJC and its diplomatic work. In addition to its work with diplomats around the world, AJC is engaged in interreligious and interethnic dialogue and political advocacy. With an eye to the future, the Washington Regional Office of AJC supports Access, which was recently named one of the 50 most innovative young leadership programs for Jewish professionals in the country. We're proud of this acknowledgement, and we look to Access participants in tonight's audience to help keep us going. Access DC targets young Jewish professionals with interests and expertise in AJC's areas of core competencies, including diplomatic outreach and intergroup relations. If you are not yet involved with Access and our work resonates with you, I encourage you to join AJC in Access and become involved in our work. Let me now recognize the people who made tonight possible. Lois and Dick Englund and the Englund Family Foundation and the Myron Zimmerman Foundation provided critical support to tonight's program and to our programs throughout the year, including diplomatic trainings, dinners with many of the young diplomats sitting in this room tonight, panel discussions, and social gatherings. Let me also recognize the professional team of the AJC Washington Regional Office, Melanie Moran-Appel, Director, who's always supportive of Access and works to integrate young professionals into the general work of AJC. Jamie Camlett, Program and Development Assistant, is often on the other end of our emails and phone calls and has handled many of the logistics for tonight's program. Special thanks goes to George Slicker, Senior Program Assistant, who joined AJC only a few months ago and has done a wonderful job putting tonight's program together. And Nadine Greenfield-Vinstock, Associate Director, who has led AJC since its inception. And now to tonight's moderator, Jason Isaacson, who serves as Director of AJC's Office of Government and International Affairs. Since 1991, Jason has overseen all of AJC's diplomatic outreach and is certainly no stranger to many of you in the room. He is a longtime analyst of U.S. political and strategic affairs, as well as an active advocate for Middle East peace. He was an observer to the 1991-1992 Middle East peace talks in Madrid, Moscow, and Washington, and has represented AJC at the 1993 World Conference on Human Rights in Vienna. In 2005, in Tunis, Jason convened an NGO seminar on tolerance promotion on the internet in conjunction with the UN World Summit on the Information Society. In 2007, the French Minister of Culture and Communication awarded him the rank of Chevalier of the Order of Arts and Letters, and in 2009, King Mohammed VI bestowed on Jason the honor of Chevalier of the Order of the Throne of the Kingdom of Morocco. The list goes on. Jason has always been a great supporter of Access DC, leading training sessions and lending his expertise and assistance whenever possible. We are thrilled that Jason is facilitating tonight's panel discussion entitled Intersection Between Technology and Statecraft, Social Media, and Its Global Impact. Jason.